Aloha everyone. Today I'm on the rooftop patio of my Maui Vacation Rental property. It's been 18 months since I purchased a one-bedroom unit in this building, and in this video I'm going to give a full update on how the investment is performing. There's been a lot of reports of declining short-term rental income or AirBnBust in other parts of the country, so I'm going to share all the data from my first 18 months of ownership to see if Maui is experiencing an AirBnBust scenario. We're going to look at both the rental income returns and how the property's value has increased after a year and a half. Plus, we're going to compare rental income so far in 2023 to my 2022 rental income to see which way the short-term rental market on Maui is trending. So a quick recap to get us started. The property is a one-bedroom unit at Kamaole Beach Royal in Kihei on Maui's south side, and it's right across the street from a beautiful beach. I closed on the purchase in December of 2021 for $625,000 using a mortgage and 30% cash down. And I spent an additional $5,500 to improve the property with new furnishings and final touches. I use a full-service property manager to handle all the rentals, so this is true passive income for me, and I use the property myself for friends and family, free of charge, for around 18 days per year. I know some people I talk to are concerned that buying a vacation rental property will be a ton of work, but honestly, all I have to do is let my property manager know when I want to use the property myself and where to send the rental income. Everything else is taken care of for me. Let's dive into the numbers.
So I keep a detailed spreadsheet of the rental income that I make for each month. Let's start by comparing the rental income so far this year to last year. As you can see, the rental income for the first 3 months of this year has been substantially higher than it was in 2022. Now, this is mostly due to the fact that I had just closed on the purchase of the property in December of 2021, and I had offered a reduced rate for the first 3 months of 2022 to fill up the rental calendar. The rental income for the next 3 months of this year, April, May, and June, was very similar to the prior year, with 2023 rental income being slightly lower than 2022's. So the bottom line is I made just over $70,000 in 2022 and $39,000 so far in the first half of this year. If we take the average of each month, you see that the rental income in 2022 averaged $5,898, and the average rental income in 2023 has been $6,598, which means we have increased the average rental income by over $700 this year compared to last year. From here, we're going to subtract the property expenses, starting with the property management fee. The property manager that I use charges 25% of the gross rental income, which is pretty standard for most full-service property managers on Maui. So after we subtract that 25% management fee, we were left with an average net rental income of just over $4,400 in 2022 and just over $4,900 in 2023. Okay, now let's factor in the rest of the monthly property expenses. Notice that my mortgage expense did go up a little this year compared to last year. I do have a 30-year fixed mortgage on the property, but the mortgage expense also includes payment of the property taxes. And my property taxes did go up this year compared to last year just because the value of the property also went up. The next line item is the homeowners association dues and the electric. The electric bill for my property is paid through the homeowners association monthly dues. The HOA dues and the electric bill did increase this year compared to last year by about $184. My property insurance bill was pretty stable, only increasing $3, and the average monthly cost for service orders has gone down $39 per month on average. So to calculate the average cash flow per month, we simply subtract the total monthly expenses from the average net rental income, and you'll see that the average monthly cash flow increased from $933 in 2022 to over $1,100 in 2023. At the bottom of the graph, I posted the occupancy rate comparison for the 2 years. In 2022, I had an incredible occupancy rate of over 96%. So far in 2023, I've been able to maintain a still impressive 89% occupancy rate.
So that's pretty good. All of my property expenses are paid for, including my mortgage, and I make around $1,100 per month on top of that. But that's not the exciting part. Next, let's take a look at how the property value has increased after just a year and a half.
Okay, so this is a spreadsheet of all the one-bedroom sales at Kamaole Beach Royal since I purchased my property. At the bottom, highlighted in yellow, is my property. This shows my purchase at $625,000 on December 7th of 2021. Notice that all the one-bedroom units in this community have the same square footage. So when you compare one unit to the other, there's only two variables that really affect the value of the properties. The first variable is floor level. The higher the floor level, the better the ocean view. The second variable is how recently the property has been remodeled and how nicely that remodel was done. My property is on the second floor, so it is a lower level unit. But it has been recently remodeled to high standards, and it might be one of the nicer units within the community. So the most recent closed sale for one-bedroom units at Kamaole Beach Royal was Unit 507, which closed for $953,000 about a month and a half ago. So I'm going to be pretty conservative and estimate my property's value at just $900,000 because it is 3 floors lower than the most recent sale. So now let's subtract my original purchase price and my cost of renovations to see how much the value of the property has gone up since I purchased it. As you can see, the value of the property has gone up over $269,000 in just a year and a half. Now keep in mind that since I'd purchased the property using a mortgage with only 30% cash down, my total cash invested, which also includes my renovations, is $193,000. That means my return on cash so far has been around 140%. Now, of course, this type of return is not typical, but as you can see, it is possible. It's also further evidence that the bulk of the profits that investors make on Hawaiian real estate is usually in the appreciation of the value of the property over time. I've seen a lot of people get too hung up on the rental income ROI when the rental income is really just to help cover the carry costs. Anything that's above and beyond the break-even point is a bonus when it comes to the rental income.
So that's how my investment in Maui short-term rentals has performed so far, and so far I'm extremely happy with how it has turned out. We definitely are not seeing an AirBnBust scenario on Maui at this time, and I don't see it happening anytime in the foreseeable future. It's important to keep in mind that on Maui, only certain condo developments allow vacation rentals, and there are no plans to build new properties with the ability to short-term rent. In other words, our supply of vacation rental properties is not expanding. In other parts of the country, there are fewer restrictions on which properties are allowed to do short-term rentals. So the inventory of Airbnbs in those locations is expanding without restrictions. And at the same time, the demand from renters is stabilizing. We don't have that problem here. So while it might not make sense to start an Airbnb business in other locations on the mainland, I am definitely looking to buy another investment property for myself here in Hawaii sometime in the near future. Not only has it been a solid investment for me, I've also been able to enjoy the property myself whenever I want. So if you would like to follow along as I continue to invest in Hawaiian real estate and receive more updates on my rental income, consider subscribing to my channel. If you have any friends or family who are considering buying a vacation rental property on Maui, please share this video with them. And of course, if you yourself are considering buying a vacation rental property on Maui, please feel free to give me a call or send me an email directly. I'd be happy to share my knowledge and expertise not only as a real estate broker, but also as a real estate investor. Until we see you on the next video, aloha.